Hamilton's companion does love to stitch. It is Betsy Klager, she is a real hoot. Maths is just tricky, cutting fabrics real hard. She stitches with a pussy, and that's what she said.
What do we have? Oh, hi, Hamilton. Is it nap time? How you doing? Oh, Hamilton, what have you eaten? Oh, Hamilton, that's gonna smell. How do I do this? It's been almost a year since I've done a regular Flosstube, June 2023 to be exact. I did a review of Caroline Hearthside Craftworks frame in October, but otherwise I've been MIA from my YouTube, from my Flosstube. I'm Betsy Klager. I am filming this Flosstube because Lauren, New Hampshire Stitcher, has been bugging me, and she's also bugging Jody, Trixie Tricycle, and Nikki Noodle to do their Flosstubes, which is why I'm tagging you both on this. Lauren has needs, okay? Post some videos for her. She doesn't have much going on in life. She needs it. Welcome if you have been watching me in the past or if you've met me on Instagram. This is a channel about my cross-stitching journey and also my cat Hamilton. And sometimes I throw in my husband Scott because he's cute. You'll see pictures of him. But today is May 19th, 2024. May 19th, 6 months till my birthday, just saying. I hope everybody's having a lovely Sunday. Last night, Scott and I went to the symphony to watch Beethoven's First Symphony was the first part. The second, after intermission, the second part was Vaughan Williams' C Symphony with the Colorado Symphony Orchestra. No, the Colorado Symphony Chorus. It's been a while. And I don't know how I'm going to edit some of this stuff out. So just bear with me. Anyway, it was a lovely evening. An old friend that I used to work with, he and his wife sing with the chorus, and we met up with them afterwards and went out for dessert. And it was a late night. I'm tired. Today at 6 o'clock, the Nuggets will be playing Game 7 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I hope they win and go on to the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. Last year, the last Flosstube I recorded was right after the Denver Nuggets won the championship. So, we'll see. Anyway, I went to Stitch North up in Toronto, not London, Ontario. I think someone went to London. I'm not gonna say who, but the name rhymes with Manji. Anyway, it was so much fun. I went to weekend 1 and I've signed up for weekend 1 again in 2025, which is the loser weekend because there's still spaces open. Weekend 2 is full and there's a wait list. That's where all the cool kids go. But go on weekend 1 because that's where us losers will be, and we're gonna buy up all the linen and the floss so there won't be any for weekend 2. Ha ha! I'm looking at you, Melly Ellie. Sign up. All right, enough silliness, okay? Let's get to the cross stitching, shall we? Hamilton is napping, but I will insert footage of Hamilton. My allergies are horrible, so if I have to stop to get a Kleenex, I will, because I will try not to sniffle. Let's start with what I have finished. And I am terrible about keeping records. So I'm just guessing at what I've done over the last year that you can see that I have finished in no particular order. Let me get my board. All right, this is my most recent finish. This is Una the Owl. I started Una the Owl at Stitch North. I had pre-ordered the chart and the Roxy Floss pack and the Roxy Floss linen, 36 count, and it was waiting for me at Stitch North, and I started Una. And I finished her 4 days ago. Isn't she cute? Artsy Housewife, Gigi, is the designer. All right, I was addicted to Ellen Reed, Maximum Cross Stitch. Her designs, you'll see my FOs. I don't have any FFOs, fully finished objects. So I was addicted to Ellen's designs, but I'm sorry, Ellen. I've discovered Gigi, the Artsy Housewife, and I'm committed to her. Sorry. First it was Jacob, then it was Ellen, now it's Gigi. I just can't commit, y'all. Isn't she cute? I would like some finishing ideas because I have a shit ton, sorry, maybe, to frame, and it's gonna cost a fortune. So I'm thinking of other ways to finish things, like Una the Owl into a project bag, maybe. I don't know. Or some kind of folio thing, is that the right word? Like a cloth quilted folder where you can put projects and thread. Because then I would use it all the time. And I don't want to be too precious with my cross stitch because, let's face it, Max and Ashley, they're gonna send it all to Goodwill when I kick the bucket. So I want to enjoy it while I'm here. Anyway, so anybody with suggestions? I know Caroline at Evertote, she and Carrie did a Flosstube a couple days ago and showed a beautiful project that was a stitcher put together. I'm not describing it well. Go look at Between Two Whips, okay, their last episode. Just check it out. And she has some ideas for how to finish cross stitch into things we can use rather than framing. That's what I'm trying to say. This has been a while. Any complaints about this video, just direct them to Lauren, New Hampshire Stitcher. And I know the camera's crooked because my stand is wonky, so just deal with it. Okay? How's that for welcoming? Just deal with it. Gotta close. OCD Betsy has to close the closet. Here we go. All right, this one is a really old whip, work in progress, that I finished right before Una, right before Stitch North. I finished this. This is back when I was addicted to Jacob before Ellen started designing. There's a new Jacob chart that I just bought that Gwyneth, Curling Stones and Cross Stitches, is going to stitch the model for Caroline. I can't wait. I'm gonna kit it up. That will be in plans. All right. Yes, I'm jumping all over the place, okay? I'm sorry, I don't have notes. All right. Look at this. This is by Modern Folk Embroidery. Jacob. The Crazy Dutchman. Oh, we saw Wagner's The Flying Dutchman at not the most recent opera performance, but the one before it at Colorado Opera, and it was wonderful. But the guy who was the Flying Dutchman didn't look anything like Jacob, so I don't know if he was for real. Isn't that cute? It's called Ruskin's Penguins, and I actually made some changes to it. I used Roxy Flossco, that was called for, but I put Scott and Betsy and put the date of our wedding, October 12th, 1988, because we just had our 35th anniversary in October. So I turned it into an anniversary. This is definitely going to be framed. This is going to be precious. Okay, so I have finished that since last we visited. What else have I finished? Ooh, okay. So last year at Stitch North, I was just working on whatever it is I was working on, and I saw Jody, Trixie Tricycle, working on this piece that Ellen designed, and I kitted it up right there and bought it at Stitch North, but I didn't start it until after I got home. Oh, I just realized I have to look up the names of all these. I'll get the charts. I mean, I did remember Ruskin's penguins. This one I don't remember the name for. Hold on. I just looked it up. The Ravens. No, the Raven. Or Ravens. There's more than one. At Castle Kerr. This is where Ellen Reed lives. Look at that. I think I'm going to frame that one too. This is all on Roxy Floss, with the Roxy Floss pack that you can get at Evertote. I don't remember the linen. And Laura, the serial starter, you can yell at me for not remembering the linen because I don't write it down. You can put it in the comment section, all your complaints. Isn't that beautiful? This is one where, you know, I saw it being stitched up and I just said, I have to do it. I have to. Oh, and of course I put Ellen Reed because she is the queen. And then I put, sorry, I should get clips. I have clips, I'm just not using them. Then I put my initials, not Burger King, that's BK. So for those of you who might not know, my maiden name was Mayer. My maiden name is Mayer. Still is a name, but not one I use. Anyway, when I got married, I wasn't going to change my name, but I was so tired of being called Bowel Movement because my initials were BM. So I changed to BK, and now I just think of Burger King. But it's better than Bowel Movement, right? Oh, love it. 36 count, I believe. But again, I'm not for sure. That's by our lovely Ellen. Oh, speaking of Ellen, I mean, is there a woman more talented than Ellen Reed? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Okay. Eddie and Patsy. I don't know if that was the correct British pronunciation, but absolutely fabulous. Eddie and Patsy. Eddie. Oh, Eddie. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Again, Roxy. This is an advertisement for Roxy Floss Co. Carrie, I expect to get a commission. Look at that. I know their mistakes. I really, you know, whatever. But I'm thinking I really want a bird wall. Right? Right? I don't, a round frame, wouldn't that be beautiful? Oh, and I'm sorry, I don't know the linen. I'm 36 count, but that's all I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, as Gwyneth would say. I'm sorry. Beautiful. And then that crazy Australian that you know and love. Okay, this next one I got from Nikki Noodle, our favorite Australian, who's turning 50, June 3rd. Let's bombard her with birthday cards. Don't tell her. She won't watch this video. She pretends to be my friend, but she never watches my Flosstube, so it's okay. Let's all bombard her with birthday cards. If you don't have her address, DM me and I'll send it to you after I verify who you are. We don't want any weirdos showing up at Nikki's door. Or do we? Boris is the tart that Nikki sent. Well, she sent me many goodies, but I stitched him up right away. Boris is, it's kind of a joke with the, with our Joan Sands group, the, 3 Canadians, 3 Americans, and an Australian group that we started when we did Joan Sands. You know how when you type in on messages in groups and autocorrect changes the word, and I think it was Ellen wrote Stitch and it converted it to Boris. Or maybe it was Gwyneth, I don't remember. But instead of stitching, it said Boris. So anyway, so we just used the word Boris for stitching. So here's Boris. Isn't he cute? I used the called for, let's see. Yeah, oh no, I lied. I used Roxy Floss. I got a conversion. So if you want the Roxy Floss Co conversion, send me a message and I will send it to you. I have notes written down. Go me. All right, he's cute. He's so cute. All right, my next finish. I would say, oh, look at, I've just been stitching like crazy, but it's been a year. I hope I've done some. I can't remember if this was done the last time. This is Spot the cat. Isn't he cute? I think I did the fancy floss. This is something I might put in a project, on a project bag. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm trying to save some money. Oh, okay. So this was done since last I recorded. This is the last one I have. It's a maximum cross stitch. And it was sampler September for September 2023. And I did make a mistake and I didn't correct it. So for those of you at home, don't do this. Follow the chart. But I was just stitching away at the door in the house that I forgot to put the vines in. So my vines don't actually go through the house like they're supposed to, because that's the idea. You know, that's the funny part. But I'm lazy. I like to move ahead. This is Cedar River linen. Tephra? Gwyneth, can you clean up after me? Gwyneth will make sure I'm correct. This is a 36 count, and it's September's Revenge by Maximum Cross Stitch, and it is the Roxy Floss Co. threads that I used. I love it. I love it. I can't wait for the new sampler September reveal from Ellen. Ooh. All right, that is it for the finishes that I have done since last time. So now I will show you what I'm working on. And I've kind of whittled down my works in progress to a manageable level that I can keep track of, so I don't get overwhelmed. Because I'm finding that I like to get a lot of progress done on a piece before I put it down and move on to something else. And I never, ever have plans like this is what I'm going to do on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, or because I just pick up and stitch what I want when I want. So I'm very undisciplined in many parts of my life. Okay, so let me show you what I posted in the pictures for the, sorry, but everything's on the floor. What I posted in the pictures for the introduction. This is Gwyneth's fault. She was stitching on this at Stitch North. So I hopped on 123 Stitch and ordered it. I was gonna do the Roxy Floss Co., but then I thought, no, you know, I've got all this DMC at home and it's not organized. Excuse me. So I organized it so I could know what I had, you know, put it in numerical order. And I only needed like 3 or 4 colors, which I ordered from Sherry at Colorado Cross Stitch. And this is my progress on my burb. There's a stitch. It's right in the middle of the stitch. I think, oh yeah, I know, my sister called, so I was in the middle of this and I put it down. Isn't it cute? I just started it 2 days ago. Yeah, Friday. What's today? Today's Sunday. I started it like 2 days ago. And I stitched on it all day yesterday and a little this morning. Isn't it cute? I don't have it in a Q-snap because my frame, my Hearthside lap frame is in the basement where we watch TV and movies and stuff. And this I was just doing at the breakfast table in my little frame. It's fun. And these are the DMCs. So they're nice neutral colors. Oh, Cedar River linen, coffee stain, 36 count. Yay. And that's only because Gwyneth just told me that. My my memory for names is just very spotty lately. This is Zan, who I met at Stitch North. She is Crazy Band Lady Stitches. Made this needle book. Isn't this adorable? From an old quilt. I love it. So I've been using it with each project I've been working on. I keep my needles in there so I don't lose them. And my Stitch North needle minder. She's so talented, that Zan. All right, so that's what I've been working on. I just started after I finished Una, the owl. So the other projects in my works in progress rotation are as follows. This is upside down. Maximum cross stitch. The Owls of the Black Forest. I'm going to do a pillow just like this. And I've got it in the bag because, you know, I got to get the owl bag from Caroline. And it also, I got the thread, the thread bed. But I have my threads, my flosses, all the called for, Roxy. Aren't they pretty? It's gonna go really well in our front room where we have yellow. The chairs are kind of this color, yellow, orange, orange. So I started this on, it's been a couple months. And then I saw a squirrel and got working on other things. So I've got to get back to this. The problem is it's dark fabric. This is a Roxy Floss Co. 36 count. Let me find, I think the pattern says what the fabric is. How doing, as we say in Baltimore. How doing, hon? What? Oh, the finishing done by Ryan. Ryan McGuy. Oh yeah, Ryan, I'm tagging you because you're the other one. Lauren was complaining about not doing a Flosstube. It is on Night Owl. Why couldn't I remember that? What's wrong with me? Anyway, I need to have good lighting for it, obviously. But I'm gonna get back to this. When I finish Bird on a Bow, I'm gonna pick this up because I really want this to be in my living room. Okay, see, Ellen, I do still love you. I do. I'm just so indecisive. There's so much temptation out there. All right, this next project, if you have any children who can read, avert their eyes, because I'm going to show you the project bag first, which is lovely. It was made for me by the aforementioned Ryan. He gave it to me last year at Stitch North. I don't think it's backwards. Okay, now if you have children, avert their ears. I'm going to say a bad word. this is my fuck bag. Because that's what it says. I did my middle finger when I'm showing you. Oh, bad Betsy. Did I tell you I went to the symphony and I go to the opera? I really am cultured. All right, this has, oh, I can't believe I put it in my F bag because she's so sweet. Ellen Chester, I'm so sorry. Ellen Chester, the designer, with my needle. Peacocks in the Garden. She gifted this chart to me, that Ellen Chester. I'm gonna get the cover for you so you can see it. Excuse me. Oh, this is my big sampler piece that I've put quite a few stitches in it in the last month, and I love it. And I'm so sorry that I put you in the offensive bag, Ellen, because you deserve better than that, but I'm sorry. You just have to take me as I am. Anyway, I love this, and I'm using silks. I'm using the called for, I'll show you. I will show you the called for, yes, NPI. I was going to say NPI, and I wanted to make sure. The NPIs. Ah! Let me throw them to you. Can you see them in their plastic? I love working with the silk, and I'm doing it on 36 count. I am doing it on the called for linen, which is the Virginia. Oh, you all know it. I'll try and remember and maybe put it, don't know how to put it on the screen. Who am I? I don't know how to do that. You know, the Virginia Beach shop. Say it, you're all saying it. That's what it's called for. And that's the linen I'm using. And it's gonna be a big piece, and it's gonna be an heirloom. And if Max and Ashley send it to Goodwill when I kick the bucket, I'm gonna come back and haunt the hell out of them. They will never have peace. This is going to be hanging in their home when I kick the bucket. Or they will pay. Okay, let's not talk about that. I have done some of the outline, but not all of it. Yeah, I know. I know it should be ironed, but they say that you shouldn't iron silk, like all the time, right? So this is the part I did since the last time. And this is 36 count. Can you see? I did this, and then this part of the tree. And then I'm gonna do Adam after I do the fruits on the tree. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it beautiful? Ellen is so talented. And oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. I just want to stare at it. I'm dying to stitch. Dying to Stitch, that's the name of the store. Right? I gotta get back to this. That's the problem with doing a floss tube. There's too many squirrels. I need a drink of water. My allergies have been terrible. I even have prescription nose spray stuff, and it's still terrible. So, okay, so that's in my active rotation. And this next chart, whip, that I have been working on is, let me get it, hold on. Oh, I just had a coughing session. That was fun. This was a designer, Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, that just wasn't on my radar. And then I saw Sarah Stitchy Spot, who I got to meet at Stitch North. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. she really does the best with what she has, if you know what I mean. I don't know why I like to give her grief, because she's such a good sport. That's why. Anyway, she was stitching Betsy's basket, or basket for Betsy, or something like that. I don't know, but I saw my name, so of course I pay attention. So I saw the designer, and then I found this chart, and I thought, oh, that's so precious. Here, I'll take it out of the plastic. It's called Stitch. Isn't that sweet? Won't that make a nice project bag, maybe? Anyway, so I started this several months ago, and I put it, that's what took me away from Owls in the Dark Forest. Owls in the Black Forest? Oh, I can tell you the fabric. This is Sumptuous by Fortnite, 36 count. And this was gifted to me by my friend Lexi. Alexis's Amazing World. My little Lexi, who, she and Julie went to weekend 2 at Stitch North. Even though they live near me, they did not want to go to a weekend with me. And next year they don't want to either. And they signed up for weekend 2. Whatever. This is how far I got. And there is a big mistake in the outline, but I'm not going to fix it, because I just move forward. I don't go back, unless it's a really big mistake. And I'll tell you the floss I use in a minute. Isn't that pretty? It's such a sweet little piece. I think it might make a nice thread bed. Oh, and I have to show you the bag made by Jody, Trixie Tricycle, French General. I love this bag. It has a thing up here, ring. I am using the Called For Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works in Stitch. Aren't those pretty? I think so. All right, so those are the kind of the cold collection of whips. I have a lot of other whips, but I want to keep this relatively short. So I'm not going to show you, maybe I'll do a whip parade at some point in a year. I will do a whip parade. Right now I want to show you what I would like to start, because I just bought it because of Laura, the serial starter, showed it. I have a 24-hour rule, okay? If I see something that I'm like, oh, I gotta stitch that up, I wanna get it, I wait 24 hours, because why not, right? Makes sense. If I still really want it 24 hours later, I'll get it. I think that makes perfect sense. I did not follow the 24-hour rule for this particular purchase, in part because there were only 4 silks that I needed. Because I bought the chart, the kit, and the chart, the silk, and the linen. And it wasn't a huge, it was a good investment, but not a huge investment. So the 24-hour rule went out the window. And I just saw it and I thought, wow, it's just so precious. Precious. That's my word of the day. And this is by Cross Stitch Antiques. Cross Stitch Antiques. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. It's called AB 1816 Quaker Sampler. And I got the Called For. Oh, I went 40 count. Ooh, I'm living it up. 40 count Baby Sheep X Jew Designs. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And here are the NPIs. And I even got cards. Oh, look at that. I didn't notice that. From Kathleen Littleton. Stitching at the family hearth. So I'm going to punch holes in these. And these are the silks. Let me get the fabric, Betsy. Isn't that going to be beautiful? So delicate. So delicate and dainty, just like me. When am I going to start it? Maybe today? I don't know. But then I'll work on silk and I'll think of Peacocks in the Garden, silk. Too many temptations. Too many. We'll see. Now, unfortunately, our printer broke at home, so I can't print out the chart, a picture of the chart that I bought from Jacob. And I can't look on my phone because I'm recording on it. But Jacob put out, it's not a monochromatic piece, it's Gwyneth. Can you put in the comments the name of Jacob's chart that you'll be stitching for Caroline? That's the one I want to stitch next. I need to kit it up, but I have the chart. So those are my plans for immediate starting. I'm going to finish Bird on the Bow and then get back to the other whips and rotate one of these new starts in it. And I think that will keep me busy for a while. I hope so. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I'm gonna try and edit these clips together and not have music going on. The last one I did in June had background music. It was like victory music. I think left over from the victory music I wanted to put in when the Denver Nuggets won, but I didn't want it to go the whole Flosstube, but it did. Anyway, you all are great and put up with me, and it's all just for fun, right? I never take myself too seriously, and I hope nobody. Well, look, if you don't like watching, just go to the next one, right? As they say in Canada. One more thing I want to say about Stitch North is how awesome it was to, number one, see my friends from the year before. You know who you are. That table next to me, the several tables next to me. But to meet new people. Angie, the tiny house stitcher. Marie, Stitches and Diamonds. I saw her last year and I saw her again this year. And next year she's going to weekend 2. Because weekend 1 is for losers. And Vanessa and Alyssa and Whitney, those knuckleheads. We missed you, Jer. You better be there next year. And meeting Sarah Stitchy Spot, and Zan was fun, and seeing Ellen and Jody and Gwyneth, my roommate. It was great. And of course, Caroline and Carrie and Hannah and whatever. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the weekend. And if you are rooting for Minnesota, that's what I say to you, because I want the Nuggets to win and go on to the Western Conference Finals. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye. Hey, Flosstube. Remember me? This is a special message for those of you that I saw at Stitch North Weekend 1.